Hello, it's week 2 in the Yarden Chronicles, and we've had 4 seasons in 7 days. The weekend was a freezing write-off, and I didn't get half the jobs that I was going to do done. However, I'm going to take you on a little tour, a little update, as the house is still in lockdown, but the plants aren't, and they've been getting busy. So come with me, I'm Bamboo Betty, and let me show you what's been happening. Here we go. The big bamboo is exactly as I left it. I haven't tidied that up yet. However, I do see signs of life, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. Look, little shoots, bamboo shoots. Fabulous. And yeah, my swamp. I'm creating a natural pond, hoping for a newt. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just embarrassed about that. Anyway, something to film, no doubt, at a later stage, maybe in about 3 years. And what's really taken me by surprise in the poor old dumping ground of the bits of broken tools, bags, empty litter bags, empty pots, is this joy. This is a blackcurrant. Not a blackcurrant, blackberry. And honestly, I thought it was just a dead shoot, and it has just gone for it. All of those flowers, all of those clusters will hopefully become fruit. And sorry, it's not really focusing, is it? Too close. And I'm absolutely staggered by it. I must get it in a bigger pot. But it's one of those jobs that's like the knee bone's connected to the shin bone. Because this old door here, I'm renovating this old Victorian house. This door used to be the back door, the exit, but that's completely blocked off from inside now. There's no entry or exit. And I was going to brick it up, but then that became a job too far. And then I was going to paint it. And then I put that little pot there. And now the beautiful plant's grown. So that's how it goes. And that's probably how it'll stay. But I can't wait to get some fruit. I'm so excited in there, so beautiful. Fabulous. Okay, here we go. Down the shady alleyway. This here is the hydrangea. This is called Annabelle, and it's the one with the huge white pom-pom flowers. We've already got some little buds starting, which is quite early. I'm happy about that. I love this plant. Probably 2 of my favourite plants in the garden, actually. And some strawberry blossom. That was hanging on the washing line since last year, and I didn't get very much fruit from it, and I hated the washing line, but I didn't want to take the washing line down in case the snails got the strawberries. Didn't get any strawberries, so I just made an executive decision. Down it came. Didn't take long. Okay, and here we are. This is the Veronica. Some of these flowers need deadheading, so in a very technical style, I'm gonna just rip that off there. Rip that off there. That's the corner. Let's take the dead flowers off. And maybe one more. Go on. Might get some more blooms from it. Here we go. Oh, beautiful glorious sunshine again. There she is. Ta-da! For Yarden. Now, I had a little bit of a disagreement with some critters. Remember I said that the caterpillars could have the leaves on my gooseberry plant, bush, shrub, standard, as long as I got the berries? Well, had a little bit of a punch up, and there came a day when it looked like there was going to be nothing left at all, so I had to pull rank And I'm not sure I won the fight, to be honest. And this is the good side. Anyway, that's unresolved. Ooh! I think that's Lennon, the dog next door. Here. And I've got a little raspberry blossom. There's 2 plants in here. Hi! Oh my god. I love my bees. Yum, 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 yum. Do your thing, little bee. Isn't that amazing? I've got a bee flight path in the Yarden, which I'll show you in a minute. And so I've moved a few pots around so they've got quickest, best access to as many flowers as possible. And yeah, so there are 2 raspberry plants in there, 1 red and 1 golden. The blossom, I believe, and the flower is, I think, on the red one. So we'll see how those go. Here we go. We're going anti-clockwise. Going to follow the bees. This here is the tayberry, which came as a surprise to me, really. And there was 1 flower for a long time, and here we go. The petals have dropped off. Oh, focus on it. Focus. You can see that's actually the start of the berry. So I'm quite excited. Oh, is that on? There we go. Can't see very clearly, but here's another, and here's another. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quite excited by that, and it's all popping up with the shoots from underneath. I see you creeping about. Don't even think about it, mister. Where's my wet tissue? Can't you do anything to help? You're just gonna sit there. Yeah. Look at the back of the gooseberry bush. Oh. And bay tree. Those geraniums are starting to come out now. This is my favourite. This is the Attar of Roses, the one that smells like Turkish Delight. And here's the very pale pink flower from it. There we go. Really sweet, very delicate, quite pretty. And what I've decided to do with this dumping ground death zone, which was everything was murdered by the snails last year in the great snail plague of 2019, is I'm going to put these hydrangeas, my cat's hydrangeas, in the bath because they don't seem to really love the pots, and I don't really love that huge salvia, so that's the plan. Here we go, and here's some more of the geranium Attar of Roses. Flowers are coming out. That's all in a week. And we've got some hydrangea buds, despite them not really liking the pots. 4 different types here. There's mopheads and lace caps, whites and pinks and blues and purples. I did my best to get the right soil, and it seems to be doing what it can. I did have a tiny little peony bud in there. There we go, you can see it. It hasn't done very much. It might shrivel, it might go for it. We'll have to wait and see. And joy of joys, this black banana palm has actually survived my mistreatment of it. This is the one I had as I tried it as a houseplant in its first year, and it did okay, but it seeped purple juice all down my white velvet curtains, so we're not going through that again. So I brought it out, and it was a bit shriveled, and it was encased in a sort of dead, crispy husk. So I picked that off. That's what all that damage is, me picking off the husk. And hopefully it's going to be all right. Oh, I forgot to tell you, a self-seeded little surprise in this sea of pink. It's a lovely orange puppy, one of my favourite colour combinations. Here we go. And round we go. Uppermint doing very well. Still undecided on the magnolia shrubs. That insipid yellow, I'm not too much of a fan really. And when the Weigela came out, Weigela Lawson, it came out really quickly, almost overnight, so I moved it from the other corner, it was over there, so I put it in the bees' flight path, and it's been very busy, thankfully. They're enjoying that. And inside, here we go, rhododendron bud. That's taken about 3 days to appear and to burst open. Sorry bees, am I disturbing your lunch? The blueberries to survive my sniffing, my constant sniffing of their scent, which is really sweet. And I can't wait to see what happens with those. Another plant I moved because it was starting to become full of buds and lots of shoots is the astilbe. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope it's not like Nike and Nike. Right, something like astilbe or astilbe. Anyway, I call it an astilbe. Soon these will come out into big fluffy pink fronds, like little mini pampas grass, and I'm hoping the bees are going to love those. And on the opposite side of the walkway are the heucheras. The bees go crazy for these two. They love the long tall spikes. So this route is the flight path. And if I sit here on my garden sofa, they just fly past my head, and it's joyous. One big problem I think I've got is this poor pear tree really needs some stability. I need a huge stake and some extra compost in its container. I'm not sure if this is going to do any damage, but it's really flailing about. Even a slight breeze can really bend it almost to the ground, but there's not very much I can do about that really at the moment during lockdown. The three fruit trees are looking quite good. Ringo filling out nicely, he seems to be happy in the corner. I have raised that one slightly. I've raised the pot up just to keep it out of the trapped heat of the Yarden. They seem to like more air around them. The apple tree's filling out a little bit, quite slowly, and the cherry tree is vigorous, beautiful. I think that's probably my favourite of the four at the moment. And coming around here, they do like lots of water. These are the heuchera again, and the poppies, and the willow tree. I'm an organic gardener, I don't use any chemicals, and I'm quite happy to let the creatures do what they do. We've got some blackfly and some ants on the ends of these willow fronds, but I don't mind. I mean, the caterpillars, jury's out. The caterpillars on my gooseberries, so we're going to need to have a very, very, very serious conversation. We've already had a really strong conversation with a wet tissue, and guilt, do I have? Not a bit. It was an extremely organic death, but I don't mind anything on the plants that I don't eat. Can do what I like. And finally, my rhubarb. I think that's probably enough for one small crumble. So thank you very much for watching. Beep beep, please come back and see what's new in the garden, and let's go watch some bees.